We Are the Music Makers, written by Shaughnessy. Let's start with question number 1. We Are the Music Makers is a poem dedicated to option A, musicians, option B, patriots, option C, creative artists, and option D, daydreamers. Here are 4 options, and as you all know, you will have to choose the correct answer. In this case, the correct answer is We Are the Music Makers is a poem dedicated to creative artists. It's option C. Question number 2. The expression dreamers of dreams mean. Option A, creative artists are visionaries. Option B, creative artists are rebellious. Option C, creative artists are escapists. Option D, creative artists are lost in the world of nature. These are your 4 options, and the right answer is the expression dreamers of dreams mean creative artists are visionaries. Yes, they are rebellious. Yes, they are escapists, some of them. And yes, some of them are even lost in the world of nature. But here, the most appropriate answer is visionaries. Creative artists are dreamers of dreams. That is, they are visionaries. You will have to choose the most appropriate response to a particular question. Question number 3. What are sea breakers? Explorers, sea voyages, large ships, large waves that break into foam on the shore. Which one is the correct answer? Lone sea breakers, remember? Yes, the right answer is large waves that break into foam on the shore. It's option D. My dear boys and girls, please check the playlist for the easy explanation video of We Are the Music Makers. If you watch that video and then come to this video, I am sure that you will understand all the questions very well. So, description box or the comment section, check those 2 sections. Question 4 now. Which word suggests that the creative artists lead solitary lives? Option A, movers and shakers. Option B, buried. Option C, desolate. Option D, pale. Again, I hope you know the right answer. And the right answer is option C, desolate. Lone, desolate. These words suggest that the creative artists lead solitary lives. If you read the text, you will be able to answer all these questions very easily. Question 5. What does World Losers stand for? Creative artists are lost in the beauty of nature. Option B, creative artists are looked down upon as unsuccessful in the world and society. Creative artists are thoughtless people. Or option D, musicians are unsuccessful. Who are world losers? This is very important. What does world losers stand for? Yes, the right answer is option B. Creative artists are looked down upon as unsuccessful in the world and society. I have eliminated musicians are unsuccessful, option D, because here music makers are not just musicians but creative artists. So the most appropriate response here is option B. You all know how to choose the right answer because you have all completed your first SEM very successfully. Now, question number 6. What is the significance of world forsakers? Option A, Creative artists belong to the marginalized section of the society. Creative artists are non-conformists. Creative artists seem rebellious and oppose the world and its happenings. Or option D, both B and C. Now, eliminate the wrong options and choose the right answer. Analyze, eliminate and choose. The rule that we practiced during your first SEM, the same rule must be applied here. And question number 6, what is the significance of world forsakers? The right answer is option D, both B and C. Creative artists are non-conformists, world forsakers, and they seem rebellious and oppose the world and its happenings. Question 7 now. Why do the poets, musicians, singers, and other creative people wander by deserted seashores or sit by isolated streams? Why do they do it? They find in the beauty of nature matter for their artistic creation. They are shy people who avoid company. They do not have permanent shelter, or they are humiliated when they live in mainstream society. What is the reason? The reason is option A, they find in the beauty of nature matter for their artistic creation. They enjoy the bliss of solitude, and in the bliss of solitude they find the beauty of nature, and there they find matter for their artistic creation. Next, time for question number 8. What does the expression pale moon gleams signify? The artists remain largely in obscurity with dim moonlight gleaming on them. The artists are gloomy and frustrated. The artists live in the lap of nature, and the sky is cloudy and moonlight does not reach the earth. These are the 4 options, and the right answer, the most appropriate answer, seems to be option A. The artists remain largely in obscurity with dim moonlight gleaming on them. It's not a bright, dazzling moonlight, it is pale moonlight, suggesting the kind of life that they lead. They make innumerable sacrifices and they stay alienated and isolated from mainstream society in order to create works of immortal, works of art. Therefore, the expression pale moon gleams signify this. It's option A. Identify the figure of speech in "And we are the dreamers of dreams." It is always safe to learn the figures of speech as well, even if it is not there in the examination paper, question paper. Identify the figure of speech in "And we are the dreamers of dreams." Is it hyperbole? Is it simile? Is it alliteration or a metaphor? This is easy. It is an example of alliteration. Dreamers of dreams. D, dreamers of dreams. I know you all remember all these figures of speech. The next one, let me just adjust this. Yes. Question 10. Who is the poet of "We Are the Music Makers"? Learn the names of the poets and authors for MCQ. Thomas Hardy, Max Ehrmann, Matthew Arnold, Arthur William Edgar O'Shaughnessy. Very easy. It's option D, Arthur William Edgar O'Shaughnessy. Question 11. The poet of "We Are the Music Makers" using the first person plural "we" speaks. Option A, in the collective voice of poets. Option B, in the collective voice of musicians. Option C, in the collective voice of musicians, poets and other artists. Or option D, speaks as patrons of art and culture? This question is also very, very important. The use of we in the very beginning. We are the music makers. What is the significance of that? Well, the poet of We Are the Music Makers, using the first person plural we, speaks in the collective voice of musicians, poets, and other artists. Option C is the right answer. All creative artists. Next, question 12. Explain the expression movers and shakers. Movers and shakers. What is the meaning? People who direct and influence thought by shaking the foundation of conventional thought. People who move about restlessly from one place to another. People who are good orators, who can speak really well, who can deliver speeches really well, or people who remain outside society, who are movers and shakers. The expression movers and shakers means option A, people who direct and influence thought by shaking the foundation of conventional thought. Here, poets and musicians and other creative artists are the movers and shakers. Question 13. Despite their alienation and isolation, the creative artists are agents of social change, beautiful artistic creations, materialistic pleasures, none of the above. The right answer is, despite their alienation and isolation, the creative artists are agents of social change. It's not just about their beautiful artistic creations. It is about the timelessness of art and the impact of the creative artists. It is option A, social change. So analyze, eliminate and choose the right answer, the most appropriate response. Question 14. What are deathless deities? Unending simple stories, everlasting immortal short simple songs, immortal artists or eternal beauty? Deathless deities, example of alliteration. Deathless means everlasting, eternal, evergreen, immortal, and deities are short simple songs. Therefore, option B is our right answer. Here, poems or other creations which are eternal and immortal these are referred to as the deathless deities. Question 15. What is the meaning of we build up the world's great cities? What is the meaning of this expression or these words? The creative artists construct new civilization. The creative artists paint the pictures of world's great cities. The creative artists create fresh thought and new ideas that build society and move it forward. The creative artists start living together in cities and build civilizations, communities of their own. The right answer is analyze. The right answer is option C. The creative artists create fresh thought and new ideas that build society and move it forward. Understood? Now, question 16. How do the artists fashion the splendor and fame of a kingdom? With astonishing evergreen verse and songs, with their skill in weaving remarkable stories, with their imagination and vision, all of the above. What is the right answer? With astonishing verse and songs that remain evergreen, poets and artists become instrumental in building up the stories of great cities. But how do they fashion the splendor and fame of a kingdom? With their skill in weaving remarkable stories. They create the glory of an empire. The right answer is option B. Which of the following is not an example of alliteration? Conquer a crown, world's worth, new song's measure, dream that is dying. I'll not waste much of your time here. It's pretty simple. The right answer is new song's measure. The question, which of the following is not an example of alliteration? Option C is the right answer. Question 18. One man with a dream at pleasure shall go forth and conquer a crown. What role does an artist play here? The power of the artist can be destructive, that is, conquer a kingdom through the might of their pen. The power of the artist can be positive, creating the glory of an empire. The power of the artist to ruin an empire through a new beat and rhythm, all of the above. The right answer is, yes, it's option A. The power of the artist can be destructive, that is, the artist can conquer a kingdom through the might of their pen. Artists can do that. It's question 19 now. Identify the figure of speech in built Nineveh with our sighing. Apostrophe, allusion, alliteration, simile. The right answer is option B, allusion, a biblical allusion, Nineveh. Next, question 20. What is the significance of the two biblical allusions in We Are the Music Makers, Nineveh and Babel? To highlight the power and might of the artist community from time immemorial. To highlight the power of artists in constructive and destructive accounts of legend and lore. To create the glory of an empire, or both A and B, options A and B. The right answer is option D, it's both A and B. Biblical allusions in We Are the Music Makers highlight the power and might of the artist community from time immemorial, and these two allusions also highlight the power of artists in constructive and destructive accounts of legend and lore. Question 21. What is the meaning of dream? Fantasy, vision, imagination, shadow. Closely related options. Which one will you choose? In this poem, the word dream means vision. Option B. Question 22. How did the music makers build Nineveh? With their pen, with their sighing, with their dreams, with their merriment? Again, it's option B, with their lamenting, with their sighing. They built Nineveh. Next, what is created with our mirth? Babel, Nineveh, empire's glory, crown. Read the poem thoroughly and try to find out the answer. It's option A, with our merriment, the artist created the illusion of Babel. Next, 24. What did each age signify for the music makers? An empire's glory, a dream that is dying, a new song's measure, new world's worth. It's quoted directly from the text. For each age is a dream that is dying. Option B is the right answer. What is the tone of the poem We Are the Music Makers? Awe and appreciation, satirical tone, critical tone, or despondent? What is it? Option A, awe and appreciation, is the right answer. What is the theme of We Are the Music Makers? Art is for art's sake, timelessness of art, transformative power of artists, all of the above. Theme is very significant. Learn the theme for your descriptive or subjective question answers. I will discuss some descriptive as well as subjective question answers, and I'll upload the video very soon. Here, the right answer is timelessness of art as well as transformative power of artist. So the right answer must be both B and C. The option is not there, but I'm telling you that the right answer is both options B and C. What is the form and structure of the poem? We are the music makers. Option A, ode. Option B, satire. Option C, ballad. Or option D, epic. The right answer is option A, ode. We are the music makers, in fact, had as its original title ode and comprised 9 stanzas. The poem now comprises the first 3 stanzas only, and also keep this in mind that the title of the poem is appropriate because it reveals the subject of the poem, the music makers, which include all the creative artists.